In this video, I'm gonna demonstrate the one that I mentioned yesterday, where I'm gonna try to do it in my local environment here. So the first thing that I notice is the way the Wisdom Labs add-on works is you allow your instructor to access the back end of your dashboard. But in your end, it looks like this and it gives access to other stuff. I'm not yet sure why, haven't checked that. And then I think this template that you have has their own front end course management, which makes sense. I mean, if they wanna push this feature in here, functionality, it's fine. But the experience is kind of different from what Wisdom Labs originally built. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. So in here, as an instructor, you could see that I could create some courses and so on. And then on the back end, if we're gonna ignore the other items in here and just focus on the LearnDash, you could also see that I could add a new course in here. So that's how it works in your website. Now I have a local environment here, and the plugins I have is exactly the same to what you have in your website. So LearnDash, Wisdom Labs instructor, and in here I have added Memberium, since I mentioned that and you asked what's the difference if you're gonna use that. So we're gonna cover that all in this video. And also, so Memberium, LearnDash, and then Wisdom Labs instructor rule. I'm also using the theme BodyBoss that I mentioned. So this one is also integrated or works perfectly with LearnDash. That's why I also want to really mention that one, because I noticed some stuff that I could not do when I was on your website. So I'm not sure if it has something to do with your template or something else. But example, if I go to the course, if I go to the all courses that I built, I can't seem to click Jet Engine in this part. I'm not sure if it's a bug or something that conflicts with the theme, but that's one thing that I noticed. But anyway, let's move to the local environment here that I have, and I'm gonna demonstrate how this exactly works from this website. So the goal is exactly the same. We want groups to have their leaders or moderators, and then we want them to be able to create their own course, and we want those courses to be private only to them. Example here, so this is a company A leader, and you can see here that this leader or instructor for this company has this group. And in this group, you could see, so I'm inside the group now. This is the group header, and I could do group photo, and in here, I could see which courses is part of this group. So course company has course 1, and then I could also send an invite to someone like a member of this website, and I could add them in this group. Now in the manage, there's also some privacy settings of this group. And lastly, before we dive in here, there's also a discussion option which creates or allows to create a forum for this group. Now this is the leader sign in. I have another view in here as a member of company B. So company B should not see my stuff here for company A. So as you can see, I don't have access to any courses that the company A created. So if I go to courses, I could see that there's a course in here, but in here as a member of company B, I don't see that course. If I go to the groups list, I could actually see company A has a group in here, and I could request an access. But if company A wants their group to be completely private from anyone, I'm just gonna go back to the group. I could go to my group. I'm an organizer here as the leader, and then on the manage, I could set this privacy. I could make this hidden and then save. Now if I switch to the view of company B member and I refresh, as you can see, I no longer see that group. It's completely hidden from me. So the stuff that the company A do could be properly protected from the leaders and without us admin helping them, so that no one from the other company could access their stuff. So that's an example. Now I'm gonna create another user here. So we're gonna switch back to our admin view. So let me invite or add a user for the company A as a member. So example, company A member. And then I'm gonna use the rule, because in Memberium, as mentioned, Memberium works perfectly with ActiveCampaign. What it does is it could auto-enroll a contact from ActiveCampaign, and when they have that tag, you could automatically create an automation that will add them to your membership site and give the right membership level for them. Now, in my case here, the instructor, I set them to company admin, and then for the member, I set them to company A member. Do note that there's a group feature that Memberium has that could improve this functionality, but since I'm using the free version, I can't demonstrate that in here, but they do have that. It's the one that I pointed in my previous video to you. Now I'm gonna change the rule here, and I'm gonna do company A member. So I'm just gonna add this, and then let's just say I'm just gonna assume here that I'm using Memberium, and let's just say in my automation in Memberium, I have set that this member will receive the company A member tag, which is part of our membership level in here. Again, I'm just doing this manually right now, but in ActiveCampaign, we could do a flow and automate everything. So I'm just gonna save this in here. So now, if I check this, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to my Safari browser, and I'm gonna do an incognito. And I'm gonna log in using this company A member. I have lots of browser right now, so please bear with me. I just need to make sure I show this properly to you. So I'm now logged in as the company A member, not the leader. So I don't see, because as a leader, I'm gonna see this black bar, or whoever's the group leader, I'm gonna see this black bar, and as a member, I don't see that from my end. Now if I go to my groups, you can see that I'm automatically a member of company A, and I'm gonna demonstrate to you why is that. If I'm gonna go to the group, this is admin side. If I'm gonna go here, the rule is, with Memberium's help, I set that company A members should auto join this group. So that's the rule. So that's why when I log in as this company A member, automatically I get access to company A group. Now since company A group is associated or linked to the course that the group leader created, automatically I could also just start this course from my end. So that's how it works. So I get to access and see that course from my end in here. Now of course I don't see the content of this course because I haven't added any, but that's how it's gonna work. I could access this course. Unlike with company B member, I don't see the group and I don't see the course. so it's properly protected. Now I'm gonna demonstrate to you how this works from the leader's side. So I'm gonna log out, and from admin side, I'm gonna add a company B leader or group leader. So I'm gonna do company B leader, and then I'm also gonna make the rule company B. So I don't have the rule yet. So before I do this, I need to go back in the Memberium step. So actually forgot that. Okay, so when a new company comes to you and you know that you're gonna give access to them, so you need to create a company B admin, and then company B member. Automatically, these are synchronized in your ActiveCampaign account, those tags. And that could be linked to to contacts that you have in your account. Now, I'm gonna need to refresh again in here because I need to pull that data later. Now, before I forgot, company B, you need to change company B admin. You need to make sure you give the instructors access. And then the member, this is not necessary, but I like to make sure that they are only subscriber. Now that we set up the membership properly, I'm going to go back to the users and add a new one. So I'm gonna do company B leader. So this is for the leader. And then in here, I'm gonna do company B admin. So I now have a company B leader. So as a company B leader, I'm gonna do this manually, but if you're using Memberium with ActiveCampaign, we could automate this because they need to have the company B admin tag. They need to have that because we're using that to protect the courses properly. Okay, so next I'm also gonna prepare the company B. Oh, I already have that number, so that's fine. So I'm just gonna maybe review if I have the right number for the company B. So let's just check. So as the company B member, I need to make sure that this has the company B member tag. So you kind of see a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now because I'm doing this manually. But if you have the automation ready, you don't need to do all of those stuff. Those could be automated. Okay. So let's log in using the company B leader. And then in our view here, I'm still logged in as a company B member. As a leader, I get to access the dashboard, and unlike in your website, these are the only access that I get. So it's very limited and we could control it properly. Now, the first thing that I'd like to do as a leader is to create my own group. Since this website is using BodyBoss, I enable the BodyBoss team and LearnDash integration, and it automatically create a social group which allows your group to have a discussion or a forum inside. So first is I'm gonna do company B, and then I'm gonna do make sure this is closed. I don't have courses yet or users. For the users, I'm gonna set myself self company B leader as the leader. So I just refreshed the page, and as you can see, I could access the company B group that I created in here. So before I start adding courses, I want to make sure, so this will be an instruction to your company leaders or instructor. I need to make sure that whoever has the company B member tag automatically joins this group. I also want to make sure that only company B gets to access this course. Again, from a leader's end, I could do this from my end. And of course, as an admin, we should assist this leader so that they get to protect their stuff properly. But they could do it from their end, unlike in your current website right now, which is we can't do this stuff because of your default team behavior. Now on the settings, I could now assign courses, but since I don't have any course, I need to create one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new course. So I'm gonna name this company B, or else course 1 of company B. And then I'm gonna do a builder. Let's just say I'm gonna do lesson 1, lesson 2, and again I could manage the content later on that one. On the settings, I'm gonna make sure this is closed, and then on the groups, I'm gonna make sure this is part of my group. Now, do note that I don't see the other groups. I could only see my group in here, which is company B. So it's very protected properly. So before I proceed, I also need to make sure that this course B is only visible to company B. So I'm gonna... Now, what happens if I don't check this? Let's see that company A member. So if I go to courses, I could see company B, even though I'm not enrolled, but I could see it. But if, as a leader of this company B, I'm gonna protect this course that it is ours, and I need to make sure I check that. And we refresh here as the company member. If I refresh, automatically that's gone. So it's totally private. So now this is properly protected, and I think the last thing that I want is whoever... Well, I don't need to do this because this was part of the group. I forgot. Okay, so I think that's the last step. So now as the company B member, if I refresh the courses, so I could now access our course. And if I go to the groups, I could now access company B group. Now as a leader of the company B, if I go back here, and you need to teach them how to enable the forum if you're gonna go with BodyBoss. So on the groups, forget to click the right button. So on the groups, since I am the organizer of this one, if I want a forum for my member, is the thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the manage, and then I'm gonna do settings, forum. I'm gonna yes that, and then refresh. So now we have a forum as the company B. So I could do... What's the... Something like that, and so on. And then the leader could get notified with that one. So I'm the leader here. So I could now reply here. And reply from this discussion, and as a member, I get to see that reply. Now, last thing that I need to do as a leader is I need to make sure that this is private or hidden. So when a company A member goes to the groups, I still could not see that company B group. I could only see mine. So those are the protection that the leaders needs to do from their end. But as you can see, they could handle it themselves. So that's the advantage of this combination. Again, this combination is using Memberium. You already have LearnDash. You already have the Wisdom Labs instructors. So what I recommend you do is you use Memberium with ActiveCampaign, since you're planning to notify your members via email as well. So that's gonna help. And then I recommend BodyBoss because it works perfectly with LearnDash. So that's my recommendation, and you don't need to worry on the design. Now, if I go here, so this is the way LearnDash looks from BodyBoss. You can mark this complete, and then if I go back to my course, you see the progress. If you go to my courses, you can see the progress in here. What else? So yeah, let me know if you have any question. And also, I think you have question about LearnDash reporting. So far, the group leaders has access to the reporting part using the Wisdom Labs instructor. So they have access from their end. I'm not sure what else you need, but that's by default already working or available with Wisdom Labs.